Welcome back, my sunshiny friends, and welcome to a blizzard prep day. So, unfortunately, we are expecting snow yet again. I don't even know at this point how many storms we've had. So, I live in New England. I mean, this shouldn't be that big of a deal, but we've been very spoiled for the last couple of winters, and we haven't really been getting too much. And this year it's just snowed. So it snowed yesterday twice. It snowed very unexpectedly Friday, and it started to snow about the second that my son and I left for an hour trip north. We had to go do an errand. The whole thing ended up taking us 5 hours because it started to snow and it came out of nowhere. Nobody was ready for it. And we had to go to Rhode Island. Rhode Island drivers just are notoriously not great. It snows, it rains, and they panic. We stopped counting when we saw 12 cars off the road at different points. It was unreal. It took us nearly 3 hours to get home. It was horrific. Then yesterday morning we woke up to snow. Last night it snowed again. That was annoying. But guys, we're bracing for impact because we are expecting anywhere from 19 to 28 inches of snow over the next 24 hours. So it's supposed to start this evening and then go all through Monday. So it is currently 2 p.m. on Sunday, the 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd. Is that right? Yeah, today's the 22nd. Wow. Schools have already been canceled for tomorrow. So work has been canceled for tomorrow because I work in a school. My son's school has been canceled for tomorrow. This prolongs our school year. So we're going into the last week of June currently, which really stinks because it gets hot and that's when I want to be in my pool. But such is life. I am supposed to be going to Boston on Tuesday to be taking a family member in for surgery. So that's become concerning because they're already saying like they think that we're going to be basically Mass and Rhode Island is shut down for tomorrow as of right now. There might be a state of emergency going into effect in like Rhode Island and maybe Connecticut. Massachusetts, I heard, was holding off. I don't even know if any of that's accurate, but it is what it is. But in the meantime, we got to get a little prepared, I guess. My husband's on his way home. He's going to pick up my son. They're going to go out for their Sunday pizza. So they're going to go a little late and then that'll be left over for them. So I got to figure out like what I'm going to do for the rest of the day for food. And then I don't even know from there because I was thinking tomorrow I would make a beef stew because we're going to be home, but there's a very good chance. I just got notification from National Grid, which is our electric company, to prepare for outages. So let's go prepare for outages. So one thing that we need to do to prepare here in my neck of the woods is we have wells. So we typically, if things are going to get really bad, we have to fill our tub. So that way, if you have to flush, we have a way to do it. And if we lose power, we will run out of that way to do it. And it's something that we always forget to do. So I'm going to do that now. I know it's a little early to be doing that, but I'm going to do it now because we just always seem to forget. And it will just be me and my youngest here. My older son and my husband will both be plowing as soon as the call comes in. So what did I do with my iPad? We're going to get some water in the tub and we're going to charge all of the devices. So we're going to put this on the charger and then we're going to look for flashlights, candles, and all that stuff. Next thing we're gonna do is make sure that all of the laundry is done so that I don't have anything. And then I'm going to vacuum the floors. So I'm doing my son's laundry. I'm a little annoyed. I only made 67 cents today. Usually I make a couple of bucks when I do his laundry. And before you come for me, because I've had a lot of people have a lot of comments in the past about my son's laundry, I'm switching his laundry. He put in a load of laundry, I'm switching it for him, and then I put in the next load. And before anyone starts with he's grown, he can do his own laundry, my son does plenty for me and for my parents. My son will be plowing in this storm, so he's keeping the roads safe for an entire town of people. He will do ours. Last week, he got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or the week before, whenever we had the last big snowstorm. Before he left, in the middle of the night, it was dark out. I looked out the window. He was doing my car before he even left. He has to go and plow my parents out. He shovels for them. He's at my parents' house daily, making sure that they're okay all the time. So he does plenty for everybody else. I think I can switch his laundry. Okay, so I've got things charging, I've got batteries, I have light sources. I'm gonna get a cooler and put that outside the door over here in case we start to lose stuff. That way I can take things out of the freezer, because if we lose power, it will probably be for a couple of days. I live in a very rural area and there's a lot of trees, and when trees go down, that takes power lines down. And in the middle of a storm, obviously the electric company can't go out until it's safe for everybody to do so. And we have had blizzards in the past where we lost everything in our freezer. So I did get food today, and I didn't get any more meat. That way, hopefully we won't, lose any more meat. So I do have some canned chicken, and I've got some tuna, and I've got peanut butter. I have tortillas. I have protein shakes. I did buy a couple of protein shakes today, and that can go outside as well. So I have a couple of protein shakes, and I have yogurt, and I have beef jerky for my son, and then I've got some grapes, apples, bananas. Like we won't starve, we'll be fine. I'm just trying to figure out if I should make anything or not. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Right, while I'm figuring that out, I'm just gonna clean. For some reason, whenever there's like a possibility that we're gonna lose power, I just wanna clean everything and get everything ready. I don't wanna be cleaning or having the house a certain way. If we're out of power, I wanna just be able to relax. So I cleaned most of the kitchen. I'm gonna do the stove, and then I'm gonna vacuum, and I did both of the bathrooms already. So I just wanna be in a clean place if we're stuck here for a couple of days. Next thing we're gonna do is change the batteries in the thermostat. This thermostat actually goes to the fireplace. Okay, so let's move Rowan's toys out of the way, because if we lose power, we'll lose heat. At least we can put the fireplace on. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is go get some blankets out of the closet. I know it might seem like this is a bit of overkill, but we have had an unbelievably cold winter like no other. We've had temperatures well below zero for the past several weeks. It's been warmer, like last week was in the 30s, and it's gonna be dropping again tonight. And the chances are pretty high that we're going to lose power. This is expected to be very heavy, wet snow. The last storm was like really light. You could just like push it with a broom, even though we had almost a foot of it. But we are looking like, more likely than not, power is gonna be out power out around here in the winter can be really, really cold. So we're trying to figure that out right now. My parents have a generator, so I'm gonna have them bring, my dad has a little electric heater at his work. I'm gonna have him bring that home so at least they'll be warm, and then we can put our fireplace on. It won't blow, but we can at least be in front of it and have blankets. So I'm going to get everything that I need. Okay, I have my quilt out and I have this blanket, which is so heavy and so soft. A beautiful coworker bought me this for Christmas a few years ago, and it is phenomenal. So I've got like 3 or 4 more in the closet. I have like easy access to them. My son, his bedroom's in the basement where it's obviously colder, but he won't be here. He'll be plowing. So we will be taking care of this guy for him. So I just want to make sure that we can get him in and out of the house because he gets scared. I've got blankets. I'm going to just get out whatever other stuff I need and make sure that I've got everything up here. And then when my husband comes home, he's going to change the batteries in the thermostat, get the cooler. I've got to see about filling the tub up here because the faucet doesn't work. So let's go figure that out. All right, I'm getting this bucket full for the upstairs bathroom because we don't have a lot of options left. So I think we're gonna have to do just one for upstairs and then everyone will have to use the downstairs because the faucet in the tub up here doesn't work. Plus my tub is ginormous and it would be really hard. I mean, we'd have to fill it with like, I don't even know how many gallons. It's like stupid. So I think we're just gonna have to go with one up here. So it is currently 3 p.m. and I was just talking to my son who is plowing for the town. So he's got 2 trucks. He has one and then he hires somebody for the other. This year, ironically, it has been my husband, his stepdad. So it's 3 o'clock and Massachusetts has just issued a state of emergency for the next 24 hours. And all plow trucks have to be plows down 5 o'clock at town garage. So they need to be there in 2 hours. It's getting real, people. Okay, so Dollar Tree came in with a couple of buckets here. So I've got 2 buckets upstairs. Okay, this one's full. We have a bucket ready for in here. We've got blankets. We've got candles, batteries. I have tea lights just because I don't know. My husband's on his way home to change the thermostat. I've got these really bright Dollar Tree lights so I can put those. This one will go upstairs and there's another one that we can carry around. Flashlight. So my husband and son are out for pizza right now. So he's gonna bring pizza home. That way we can just have that in the refrigerator. I have more candles over here. My little tea lights over here. Things are charging. The only other thing I think I'm gonna do a little bit later on is I'm just gonna move this couch away from this window because that window is very drafty and we will stay warmer longer. So only thing I have left to do, I think, is vacuum. I know it sounds silly, but I'm gonna vacuum and then I'm gonna charge my vacuum because worst case scenario, when I get bored, I can always vacuum again because my vacuum will be charged. Okay, well, I think we've done as much as we can do right now. I have plenty of water. We have 2 cases of water over here. And then I have drinks. I've got protein shakes. I've got diet ginger ale, alcohol if things get really bad. We've got fruit. We've got bread. We've got wraps. There's beef jerky. So I think we're good with food. I'm gonna wash the grapes and stuff like that, get all of that ready just in case I lose water. We've got candles, batteries. I'm gonna go look and see if I can find, I had like a little lantern somewhere. I'm gonna go see if I can find the little lantern. I'm gonna unplug the printer, and I need to find a battery pack for my phone and get that charged up. Other than that, I think we're all set. Okay, well, that appears to be about as prepared as we're going to be able to be. We've got water in the tubs for the toilets. I have plenty of water and food on hand for anything that we need. The house is cleaned. I've got batteries. I've got candles. I have blankets, clothes ready. I think I'm just going to go run and put some gas in my car. I have a little bit less than half a tank, but just to be on the safe side in case of an emergency. And that's it. This is the calm before the storm, guys. The birds are going crazy out here. Can you hear them? They're going nuts. It's been for quite a while now. But I think that's going to about do it. Hopefully they're home soon. I haven't eaten anything today and I am hungry. My husband's going to bring me home some pizza, and then everybody's going to get ready to just hunker down. So wherever you guys are, I hope that you are safe or were safe during the storm, and I will check back in with you guys soon. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Right on cue, 7:52, and it started. So we are now, it is 7:52 on Sunday evening, and we are in a blizzard warning until 7 a.m. on Tuesday. So fingers crossed that that doesn't happen and that we can get out and get to the hospital as planned.